A-Town, make some noise. Dig this. I've been gone for a minute. And since I've been gone, I guess it's a nigga who feel like he can come and take my crown. Oh, shit. I sure wish he would've said it to my face. Hey, look, Flip, I heard you in the house, my nigga. Tell him bring it punk ass to the stage. Look, Flip, I heard you in the house. Bring your punk ass to the stage.
We'll bring him to the stage.
Has anybody seen Lil Flip lately?
We'll bring him to the stage.
Has anybody seen Lil Flip lately?
We'll bring him to the stage.
Does anybody know how Lil Flip came into the game?
We'll bring that nigga to the stage.
Y'all want one? I got several copies.
Yeah.
Y'all remember this nigga now. That time this nigga start playing like he hard. Y'all remember this.
Mr. Lucky Charm.
I'ma tell you what, Flip. Pussy nigga, I'm the leader of the troops. You just following suit. I got a question for anybody following you. What kind of nigga take a picture in a Lucky Charm suit with a lollipop chain and some leprechaun boots?
Got something to say to me, my nigga, say it in person, you know? Picture me pussy, nigga. Hey, get it out the chest when you see me, dawg. Yeah, nigga. All the back and forth shit is over with, man. I'm done talking, man. But for your information, though, I know my niggas wanna know what all the drama about. Like, why they hate on T.I. every time this record come out? Well, first, it's cause I called myself the king of the South. And even worse, in every verse, they know I'm calling them out.
Alright, so let me break down how this is gonna go. It's gonna go real simple, man. So, all right, we already know that T.I. has a lot of projects, right? But for the people that's watching this for the first time, this is how this episode will play out. We're gonna go through and list T.I.'s whole discography. Excuse me. We're gonna list T.I.'s discography. Then each of us are going to list our 5 favorite T.I. projects. After that, we're gonna vote on what makes the total 5 from all of us. So we'll only be 5. It's not gonna be 20 projects to go over. We're just gonna go over 5 once we get that vote down. Then after that, we're gonna decide what is the best T.I. project of all. The one that you present to somebody that if they never heard T.I. before and they want to know what was his best work. So I'm gonna ask y'all one by one. Earl Got Soul, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Jamaal Shakoor, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
2L's Yungin, are you ready?
Let's get it.
All right. Like you heard him, man. Let's get it, man. Shout out to my dog Stan, man. He wasn't able to make it, but Stan did send in his 5. So let's start off with Stan 2 Solids. 5 best T.I. projects. And in no order, Stan's 5 is Urban Legend, Trap Music, King, I'm Serious, and Paperwork.
Not bad.
Not a bad 5.
It's not a bad 5 at all.
Not a bad 5. All right, so I'm gonna go counterclockwise here. So Jamaal Shakoor, you are first. What
5
is
best projects, right?
Yes, 5 best T.I. projects.
Bet. I got Trap Music, Urban Legend, King, and what was it? Down with the King. That's my 5.
Not bad. Not bad.
Woo!
Not bad.
I like this guy. All right. Earl, what is your
No, it ain't. Yeah, it ain't. Trap Music, Urban Legend, King, Down with the King, and Paperwork, man. Paperwork. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. All right, Yungin. What's your 5?
All right, so my 5. Trap Music. King. I feel like I'm the only person that's gonna say this. T.I. versus T.I.P.
Okay.
Paperwork. And I'm forgetting one. Name off the top of my Urban Legend. I'm tripping.
All right, I was finna say now. All right.
I was very confused on that one.
Yeah, all right.
I was very confused on that one. I was very confused, but you there. You can.
All right. My brother Crown, what's going on with you, man?
You confused all you want to, motherfucker.
Bro, come on, bro. Trey. Trey, come on, bro.
I'm bringing the bullshit tonight.
Chill.
All right, so I just want to get some clarity because I feel like I want to give y'all a chance to really know. Y'all know there's paper trail and paperwork, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all mean paperwork?
I mean paperwork, yes.
All right, so mine is trap music, urban legend, I'm serious, King, and paper trail.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
how bad it is.
All right. Okay. So
Solid.
my 5 is going to be trap music, urban legend, King. Everybody's already said that.
Damn, T.I.P versus T.I.P.
Trouble Man is number 4, and then number
Mm.
5. I'm gonna go down with the King, bro. I gotta put down. You know what? I'm gonna go paper trail, man. I'm gonna go paper trail. Nah, I'm going paper trail. I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you why. So,
with you.
So just for the record, we can confirm trap music, urban legend, and King was gonna make that first 3.
Yeah, that's solid.
We knew that.
For sure.
Yeah.
We knew that was gonna make it. All right.
3 straight classics.
Yeah, that's a run that nobody today is gonna be able to do like that, in my opinion. 3 straight like that on that level.
Not like that.
All right. The only reason I didn't put Down with the King in my 5, and I understand why y'all got Down with the King up there, is because as I think about Down with the King, I feel like Down with the King serves as a prelude to Urban Legend.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I didn't have it up there. And that being said, let's get to these other 2. Now, y'all said paperwork 3 times.
That's crazy.
Hold on.
Can I give a reason why for paperwork?
Before you do that, I'm gonna start the timer because I'm gonna keep this. We're gonna get to this, but I'm gonna start the timer.
I'm looking at
this,
and I'm really interested to hear how the fuck.
I'm gonna start this timer. All right, let's get it. All right.
Yeah, no, you good. All right. So for me, paperwork showed me T.I.'s ability to still rap with the elites after all the bullshit that came. And that was the beginning of social media and shit like that. And that motherfucker was rapping like he didn't have a contract. Like that album is kind of like, not to equate it to sports, but that's like Kobe's free agent sneaker run to me, where he was just hooping because shit. I mean, you gotta think that was right after the Floyd fight. That's right after getting out of jail for umpteen times. He at that point was on reality TV and shit. Niggas really said that he went soft, and that motherfucker was rapping like his ass off. And his ability for the biggest single on that record to allow that to kind of be the world's introduction to Thug like that. Because I mean, he could have taken off on All About the Money for what, 3 straight verses, and that shit still would have been a hit. But he really cleared the lane and allowed Thug to do what he did. Now, I'm not saying Thug didn't do his thing, but my point is, when you have somebody like that giving you a shot like that motherfucker took that baton and ran with it. And I'm not trying to say he's responsible for Thug's career, but just in general, his ability on
The paperwork, it was more or less. It was. I feel like paperwork was paper trail times too, for real. Because by the time when paper trail came around, yeah, he was on reality TV even around that time. You feel me? Oh, he going soft. Woo, woo, woo. Around the time paperwork came out, that was when the videos started resurfacing. Oh, he was on Crime Stoppers. Oh, he snitched. Woo, 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 woo. The little Gunner situation, basically. So yeah, he came out like, man, nah, y'all got me fucked up, nigga. I'm still Cliff. God damn it. Fuck calling me Clifford, T.I., Tip, and nah, nigga, I'm still that nigga from the West Side. I'm still the same nigga from Bankhead. And y'all felt that on that album. Even on the shot on Doe on Field. Like you said, all about the money. Hell, paperwork, the song, the junk he got with Nipsey. Like, man, that man was rapping his ass off that whole motherfucking album. I gotta put that up there.
All right. So Jamaal, Anything you want to add on Paperwork?
Nah, man, they said it perfectly. Like they everything I need to say.
All right, for sure. All right, now Crown. All right, we got that's 3 votes for Paperwork. Like, kind of outweighs the 2 votes we have against it. But I want to hear your thoughts on why you think Paperwork is right outside that 5 for you.
I think what Earl explained about Paperwork is really Trouble Man.
We here.
Okay.
All right.
I think it's really Trouble Man. When you get to Paperwork, in my opinion, you're talking to I'm a T.I. fan. Like I'm really a fan.
Right. Same here.
All of us.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like because I think with Paperwork for me, it was the last one for me with Tip. Like I haven't listened really since. I always give it a listen, but it was like with Paperwork, I knew what he was attempting to do because if I'm correct, that's the one Pharrell did most of. I think with Paperwork to me was like, I'm gonna say 2 things that's kind of interesting for me, and that is from a rap fan. That was a weird time in rap. I'm gonna tell you why. Because right before that album, Kendrick drops Good Kid, Mad City. And then what begins to happen is right after that, you get these over rapidy rap albums from solidified superstars. You get Jeezy dropping Seen It All, which he's rapping more lyrical than he's ever rapped in his career. You got T.I. over rapping and overcompensating, and that's how I felt about Paperwork. I felt like it was a lot of over rapping, but on top of that, I felt like Pharrell was in an experimentation area. That was around the same time he did Justin Timberlake's Man in the Woods album, and he was playing with this 808 sound, but it was like it wasn't all the way connected. It wasn't classic T.I. What I love about Tip is he has what I call a flawless flow, and very few rappers have that. It's literally maybe 10 that's like world known that really have a flawless flow. When I say a flawless flow, it's like every beat, every record, they gonna catch that bitch, they gonna ride that bitch, and it ain't gonna fall off. Tip's one of the few, especially from the South, that have it. With that album, I felt like he was swinging for the fences, but I also felt like it was his exit to the game for real. It was like the last time he really gave a fuck. It was that moment where he kind of knew, okay, this shit is going into some shit that I can't even fathom. So for me, I don't give it that credit. With Paper Trail, I give it that credit because of the moment that Paper Trail was. And yeah, it gets a little bit of flack because it's very 2008-ish, it's super drummer boy, but it's also like it's peak T.I. It's like it's the last T.I. we get that's raw T.I. before the 09 jail sentence. And I feel like ever since he came out of that, he's been fighting for his reputation in hip hop. Not as far as popularity and fame, but in hip hop, he's been fighting for it because, you know, the whole case and all that shit. So I wasn't a big fan of Paperwork, but to go back to what I was saying about Trouble Man, I was in Atlanta when Trouble Man dropped. And Trouble Man was a heartbreaker for me because it was such a great fucking album, but his name was so shaky in the streets.
They didn't want to fuck with it.
They didn't really want to fuck with it, and it was like Go Get It, fucking Sorry
was my
like
that's Trap Back Jumping, ain't it?
I'm with the track list right here. Yeah, track list right here.
The Hold It Now record that Chris produced.
We Ride.
Yeah.
It was a crazy album. We Ball. It was a great album in that respect. So that's how I view Trap. I view Trouble Man how y'all view Paperwork.
Okay.
I do too, and I feel like to go into what you was talking about, Crown. Like the reason is because at that time period, it's called spade a spade. Gucci and what he was building in Atlanta with the 1017 movement, and then the movement that was basically branching off of that we know now today is QC. Was all it was very cliquish, and like what T.I. was doing, the only people that was around him that was supporting him was Thug, because Thug was basically Grand Hustle at one point because of his connection with rich kids. way back then. And then you also had a couple guys that fuck with T.I., but when you had guys like Alley Boy and Trouble dissing him, you had different people questioning his cred. It was a lot of people that didn't want to fuck with Trouble Man as much as they should have. But I feel like when Trouble Man came out, it was one of those things where you can feel how you want to feel about him, but you can't deny how great this project
was the thing.
was.
I'll tell you what was happening, because especially being on the ground in Atlanta at that time, I had just moved to Atlanta, and it was really shocking. Just to give firsthand experience, it was really shocking at that season because rap was changing in Atlanta drastically, right? When he came out of jail and he did Trouble Man, the first thing he came out of jail and did was the Niggas in Paris remix, which was going crazy on the radio. And then he hopped on Future Magic record, which was going crazy too. But the problem was Tip came out in 09, 10, kind of with that same energy that he tried to come out with in 04, 03, right before Urban Legend. And the streets wasn't hearing it. On top of the fact that the trap was changing, like Chains was on fucking fire, Future was on fire, Homie was on the way up, and the sound of music had changed. And at that point, Atlanta was very future forward. Like when I came up to that whole year, they weren't playing no Outkast on the radio. They weren't playing no old school shit. It was literally just Future, Chains, Thug, Scooter, Rich Homie,
Stewie Rock, nigga. It was
going somewhere else.
Schoolie,
and then, duct tape. He was trying to pull the duct tape together. He was trying, and then Dro not really taking it where it was supposed to go in that season, kind of hurt the Grand Hustle imprint.
And don't forget what duct tape did to LA too.
What duct tape did to LA, all of that. So it was a tricky time for Tip, and I think he came out at a time where he kind of, I don't know. What I would say is 2011 to 2013, 2014 was a humbling time for a lot of legendary rappers. It was a humbling season because, like Ace said, like, yo, it's the internet was coming in. And a lot of niggas was relying on celebrity and, okay, I'm a god, I'm a gold swagger like us, this. But at that time, that shit went directly to the streets. And it was really like, fuck how accomplished you are. Like the first time I heard Tony Montana, I didn't fucking understand how this nigga just rapped that whole line off beat and it went. But it was so raw and the energy was so different that it just, I don't know, it put Tip in a box. And then from there it was like, I feel like he's always kind of been trying to get back. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that was his last great effort. That was just
the only other one that we haven't mentioned in this conversation, I feel like, is vying for 4 and 5 is Down with the King. Now, me be the first to tell you, I didn't listen to Down with the King at the time that it had first dropped. Yungin knows this. Like, Yungin knows the sticks that I used to stay in, so there was no way I was ever going to have access to that shit outside of downloading things on the internet later on, a couple years later. But I do remember the excerpts of Down with the King that was played in the Beef Volume 3 DVD. I do remember, the Scarface phone call, the him calling the dude that originated the Cloverland shit with Lil Flip and made him put the damn suit on. Like, and I remember that 99 Problems verse too, where Tip spazzed out. So I feel like Down with the King is probably the rawest T.I.P. project for sure. Like, that's literally like, I don't give a fuck, I'm here. So I understand why it should be in the 5. I mean, I originally had it in my 5. My argument with Down with the King, though, is that in respect to Paper Trail, the moment that Paper Trail was versus the moment that Down with the King was, I don't know if I can put it in my 5. Now, does anybody have any pushback? Because I know who else mentioned Down with the King. As there's Jamaal, I know you mentioned it, and then Earl, you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 4 great candidates, man. We got Down with the King. We got Paperwork. We got Paper Trail, and then we got T.I. versus T.I.P.
Can we go to that and talk about maybe probably what I would say is T.I.'s most controversial album?
Yeah.
What? T.I.
which
versus
is
T.I.P.?
T.I.
Yeah,
versus
it's one.
T.I.P.
It's one. T.I. versus T.I.P.
Between
is.
that and Paper Trail, I think there probably is two most controversial.
I would say No
Why do you
Mercy.
say
I
that's
say No Mercy.
controversial?
I
T.I.
say No Mercy.
Well,
T.I.
the
versus
reason I say
I
it's
say no mercy.
controversial,
I'm with you on no mercy.
But I'm gonna let Earl go. I'm gonna let
the
Earl.
only reason I'm gonna say it's controversial is because it didn't get the real push it was supposed to because it got locked up literally in the middle of it.
In the middle of it, yeah.
So,
Mhm.
so that's the only thing. As far as the album, it's a great album to me. Even held the second tier singles like "Hurt" and shit like that. Like I mean, this shit was everywhere. But it's just, I feel like T.I. versus T.I.P. as far as that. I mean, when you think about the year 07, right? 07 is like one of the last great years of albums for rap. And Young, and I really want to swing it to you because I know it was in your file, so I really, really want you to talk about this. But just for me, 07, despite the fact that I was a senior in high school then, was probably the last really great year for albums and album sales. Obviously, we know the Kanye thing and the 50 thing and this, that, and the third. But right before then, T.I. releases T.I. versus T.I.P. Hov dropped American Gangster that year. I think Beanie Siegel dropped something in Freeway. It was a bunch. Jeezy had just came off of, he was in between
Inspiration.
Recession and Inspiration. Like 07 was a crazy time. And it's like, to me, when you think of that year being one of the last great year for album sales, like you had to actually go get it or buy it off of iTunes. T.I. versus T.I.P. was up there. And it's like, he released the first single, Big Shit Poppin'.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was, and I gotta go back to it.
I
Can I
mean,
jump in here real quick? I do want to say that T.I. versus T.I.P. is interchangeable with "I'm Serious" for me.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
I think it's a better album than I'm Serious.
Yeah,
I'm
it
Serious
is.
is really
That's
bad,
why
but I think it's a better album.
But Serious got massive classics though. But go ahead.
It no, it does. I'm not knocking it. It's just, to me, it's okay. I know how to make an album now, and I know how to do all the shit in one. I know how to sell millions of singles. Plus, I also know how to get street with it. You know what I'm saying? But for T.I. versus T.I.P., literally in the middle of the second or third single, but I'm gonna say more the second with
you know what it is.
Mm-hmm. It's like BET Awards hits, and then oh shit. And this to me was the last year, and I've declared this a bunch of times. This is the last year it was arguable for T.I. to be the best rapper in the game. I get the revisionist history, not really revisionist history, but I get the Wayne thing, I do. But from 03, 04, yeah, Wayne could say best rapper alive is the best rapper retired. That moment, T.I. had the best verse on Soldier. And that was really what kind of kicked it off to the stardom. And T.I. put out, it just was ridiculous. I mean, the star was through the roof.
T.I. was top. He was top tier in that season. Like Wayne was still figuring it out. It wasn't until Tip went to jail that Wayne really
took off.
Grabbed it. But
and that's what I'm saying. So I mean, Young, I want to swing it over to you for sure because I know for a fact like this is one of your ones. So
no, T.I. versus T.I.P. definitely one of my ones. I'm talking about. I ain't gonna see how I let it play from front to back, no skips. There's a couple skips on there for me, but when you talk about shit like you said, Hurt. It ain't even the shit that they push as the mainstream. Don't get me wrong, Big Shit Poppin' and the John Wycliffe. You know what it is. They so 08. They so 08 though. Like they so
not
08.
really though.
I
hate to interact with you on that.
Go ahead.
They really not though, because I played. That's why I had to change my fucking list. Them shits could go today. Paper Trail is very 08.
Yeah.
T.I.P. is just very overlooked.
All right, I'm gonna jump in, Crown. Let me say this. I feel like because Paper Trail has more poppy records, that's why when you listen to it, you remember like where you were when you first heard some of those singles, right? But with T.I. versus T.I.P., the Dope Man and Watch What You Say to Me can get played today, and you're not finna lose. You're not finna lose. No, I mean, even when you get to once you get past the some of those T.I. part records, you get like to the last half when he going back and forth with himself. Yeah, bro, that shit can still get played to this day. But Jamaal, I know you've been quiet for a little bit because we just been going. What were your thoughts on T.I. during this time when it comes to T.I. versus T.I.P. up until right before he got locked up with Paper Trail? Which one do you personally prefer?
Probably Paper Trail. I did like T.I. versus T.I.P. I feel like at the time people were trying to like that album was bad. Well, not bad, but like it wasn't as good as like the album before. But like, yeah, it's King, yeah, but it's like it's hard to make something as good as King because that's probably my favorite T.I. album, honestly. But like there's a couple like throwaways I put on T.I. versus T.I.P., especially that horrible song with Eminem. But that's about it, man. I like T.I. versus T.I.P. I wouldn't have it in my personal top 5, but like it's probably around like 6 for me.
Okay.
I think I like. Yeah, even though what was it? Paper Trail's got the joint with Rihanna on it. This one that's more poppy, right? Like that definitely brings me back more to a time because I remember hearing those songs all over the radio on the high school and driving to school. But yeah, I probably still have Paper Trail.
Paper Trail was the last time T.I. really demonstrated. I look at Paper Trail like a lot of people go to Dead and Gone and Live Your Life. No, I go to What's Up, What's Happening, and I'm Illy. That's where I go with Paper Trail. And it's like, it's the last time you seen Tip embarrass a nigga. And it's the last time you heard him really pop his shit in full bravado. Like, I'm Illy is hands down one of that nigga's best verses ever. And it's raw. I feel like everything after that was him, for lack of better terms, trying to prove it.
I'm gonna make a joke. I'm gonna make a joke before you go, Earl. Also, let's not forget T.I. got off the greatest lie of the 21st century on Paper Trail when he said it ain't tricking if you got it. So don't forget this.
It's a good point.
Is that a lie?
So he wasn't the first.
Yes, it's a lie, nigga.
Is that a lie?
I'm just asking the question, man. I'm just asking the question.
So I'll put every 2 weeks on a Friday is not a lie. But if you in between on that Wednesday, it's a little bit of luck.
Can I get back?
You gotta wait for payday.
I want to go to because Young. I want to swing it back to you too because I really wanted your perspective on Paper Trail versus T.I. versus T.I.P.
Go ahead, bud.
As a person who makes songs in general, as a person who's an artist, could you tell the difference between T.I. writing and T.I. writing on pen to paper versus him doing T.I. versus T.I.P. in his head?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did a lot of them. I'm gonna be honest, he was writing on paper he stopped writing on paper after I'm Serious, really. So a lot of that shit was freestyle. Really, half of trap music. So he was well into that shit by the time.
No, but I'm saying, could y'all tell the difference in? Because he said that he went back to the paper, writing on Paper Trail. Could you tell the difference?
Yeah. No. I'm gonna tell you why I can say yeah, because and Young and I ain't forgot about you because I'm bringing a very pivotal point about you for this. I would say yeah because when I think of how those bigger pop records were constructed, like I don't think he made Whatever You Like off the top of the dome like that. I think that he took some time to write that. I think Live Your Life, Dead and Gone. I think some of those records are 100%, like that. So
some shit you gotta put pen to paper too, or type in your phone. Some shit you got to, bro.
Yeah, I don't think any of those. And I mean, that's the. Before I ask Youngin a question, that to me is what puts Paper Trail higher above, like, you know how like we talk about sometimes you go back and listen to shit and you cringe, right? But then you listen to it and you're like, you know what, this wasn't as bad. This is what puts Paper Trail over Carter 3 for me. Only, and I'm not trying to compare the two guys, we'll be here all night, but just for that year, right? When you look at how some of those songs were constructed, yeah, T.I. writing that shit, yeah, bro, he did his damn thing, man. So that for me is what puts it above some of those other songs. But not this 5, so I'm gonna go out across the room and ask y'all. We're gonna vote on this. All right, Paperwork or Paper Trail? Crown. Now we've all heard our arguments for it. Paperwork or Paper Trail? Which one you going with?
Paper Trail.
All right, Youngin, Paperwork or Paper Trail?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Since my boy that made me think about it, and I went back and looked at the motherfucking track list, I'm going Paper Trail.
Jamaal,
I got Paper Trail.
All All right.
That's 3. We good. But
I want to hear you. I want to ask your opinion. Your opinion still matters, bro.
We had no. It does. Here's the thing. Those are big records on Paper Trail, dog. Like those
are hard. Yeah, those are hard to beat.
Swagger Like Us was on Paper Trail, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know people go back and say that song is corny now, but like at that time, that was a moment.
Swagger Like Us was like our version of not the symphony or whatever the fuck. Like nigga, what?
It was a big deal.
That shit
When they performed that shit at the Grammys.
Right,
all 4 of them, yes.
Top 10 hip hop moment in awards history, bro. Like easily. It's not even what. I'm going Paper Trail. Like that's some big records, man. Yeah.
Hey man, so let's go ahead and give an honorable mention to Paperwork. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
I got another honorable mention since you just brought them up, and it's a mixtape. Fuck a mixtape.
Fuck a mixtape.
You went ahead and said it second now. But I was gonna say
that was my honorable mention though. It's been sitting since we started. That's been sitting on my head. Like
you are a T.I. fan bringing up fucking mixtape. I'm not gonna lie, it's good. It's good.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a question.
It's just not the one that everybody brings up.
I'm gonna ask you a question about fucking mixtape in a minute. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not the one that everybody bring up.
So speaking of mixtapes, and speaking of this final spot. T.I. versus T.I.P. Down with the King.
I'm going T.I. versus T.I.P. because I'm gonna be honest with you, mixtapes don't really count. Like
I was just gonna say something about that.
They don't really count. Like I know we come from the mixtape era, but no other era has a mixtape era. You see what I'm saying?
That's why, and I'm gonna push back to say, so if you notice, the guys that I'm doing in this series
are mixtape guys.
They got mixtapes, so I feel like you can argue.
If I can't find it on a streaming service, like if somebody watching this can't find it,
I feel it.
Somebody watching this, if somebody watching this has to go to YouTube or gotta go find this mixtape, then it can't for me be in the conversation. Like, and when I go, like the leak is on Apple Music. It's an official project. I feel like Down with the King, I love it. You know what I'm saying? But it really was centered to a specific moment in time. And I feel like it's one of those projects that you had to be alive, be aware, and be there to really understand the importance of it.
You can stream Down with the King.
On where?
It's everywhere. It's on Tidal, Apple, Spotify, everywhere.
Shit, I ain't see that shit. But yeah, all right. Yeah, but that's just my thought. It's like I feel like with that mixtape, it's one of those things. That's the one thing about T.I. that I'm not the biggest fan of. Just to say that quickly is like I'm not the super T.I. mixtape fan guy because he treated mixtapes like mixtapes were supposed to be treated as mixtapes.
He did.
Right?
That's right.
Wayne treated mixtapes like albums. So we can talk about Wayne and Gucci and them catalog with mixtapes or Jeezy's catalog with mixtapes because they treated them like albums. Tip was like, no, bitch, you gonna buy this for $19.99 and you can have this shit for the streets. So I don't really, I go with T.I. versus T.I.P. And to what Earl said earlier, I do believe T.I. versus T.I.P. is only overshadowed because he went to jail in the middle of the road.
Oh yeah.
But if I gotta go between them, but I feel like I can't like judge an album versus a mixtape because like you said, he treats his mixtapes different from albums, and like once he's rapping over other people's beats and just like a 30-second freestyle over one has original songs and concepts, and so it's kind of I feel like it's not fair to put Down with the King against like a full-blown album because then I would have to go T.I. versus T.I.P. because he put way more work into it, and obviously
Okay, Earl.
T.I. versus T.I.P. for me. Yungin, what would you want to ask real quick?
I got it. I got it. Trust me. I got you. All right. So I would have said Down with the King, and it's gonna get into the thing I'm gonna ask Yungin. I personally feel like I agree with y'all saying about mixtapes versus albums, right? I'm not just so much of a nerd, and I'm like, nah, fuck out here. I hear y'all, but I still feel like when you're able to take something that someone's already done and you go over it and you take it to the point where you might not even go back to the original as much as you would because you want to hear this person's version of it. I do think there's an art and mastery of that. And I think that's why we hold Wayne and what he did during that era as high as we do. But I understand T.I. versus T.I.P because I feel like it was overshadowed by negativity. And I feel like even though people go back and say, oh, some of them T.I. songs on there, they weren't fucking with that much. The older you get and when you go back and listen to it, it's like, nah, this was actually really good. But at that time, we were younger and like we weren't trying to hear that shit because the way he was going off on that T.I.P part, we weren't trying to hear that shit. So
T.I. versus T.I.P.
And I say that Yungin to say just showing us as where we were age-wise and just, you know, again, some shit you go back and listen to now, it's like, nah, that shit was fire. I fucked with it, but I'm just saying for a majority of people back then, because again, we're high schoolers at this point in time, like, or we're about to leave high school around this time, like, this is the mindset a lot of and the majority of people who were listening to this were thinking. But go ahead, Earl, and then I'm gonna ask you.
I'm saying T.I. versus T.I.P. was a pivotal moment for me because it is to what you say. It's a shedding kind of the youth and walking into manhood and that battle in between, right? Like, I got to leave some of this bullshit alone. But then the other side is this bullshit got me to where I'm at. But I got to grow up. But the other thing I was also going to say is T.I. versus T.I.P. literally, just to give it a little credence, that shit made me tell my mama we go on to T-Mobile just so I can get the phone that he had to play. Nigga that'll beat your ass and take your bitch and show you how to get money. That nigga was the equivalent of like cool.
He was the closest thing to Hove, to be
literally.
Like literally in some aspects, I could say he was better.
No, in certain aspects, he definitely was, and that's a conversation we are not ready to have.
There are certain aspects I could want to be like him a little bit more, but he's still like the next level of getting up there. Like, yeah, but Yungin, let's swing it back to you, dog.
All right, so look, Yungin, let me ask this, and then we're gonna get into the meat. Like, we're gonna get into the fun part. All right, you mentioned fuck the mixtape, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask everybody here before we wrap up. What is, in your opinion, or you feel like an underappreciated T.I. mixtape or project period that you feel like a lot of people may have slept on, or you feel like it should get its recognition? So Yungin, I'm gonna start off with you, and then we're gonna go around clockwise. So
project wise,
mm-hmm.
So we doing albums and tapes.
It could be tape, project, whatever. Right?
Ooh.
Do not hit me with the come back to me shit, because you've been brewing and stewing over there all night, nigga.
Bro, I've been drinking, bro.
All right, fuck out of here. Crown, go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest.
I got you, Trey. Trey, I got you, bro. I'm
gonna be honest with you. All right, I'm gonna try not to be long with it with this. Libra was a really good album.
There we go.
Libra was a really, really good album that got heavily overlooked. But the most overlooked album to me in T.I.'s catalog is going to forever be I'm Serious. The reason being is because it was so early. That's my first introduction to T.I. And I think the first record on that album is arguably, if not top 3, the best record in his entire catalog. Because to Still Ain't Forgave Myself, to introduce yourself to the world like that,
y'all gonna feel me.
It's like, bro, niggas, like that shit was up there in Pac level shit. Like,
y'all
you know what I'm saying? Like, old shit was so coded when he came in, it took you years to digest it. That's where Tip beat a lot of rappers for me. It was so layman's terms that you could just be like, nigga, thought I knew everything. Motor blew in 20 days. Like, just the little shit of just like, God damn, nigga, who hasn't lived that story? I'm saying? Now my mama finding socks, rocks in my socks, glocks in my toy box. Like, damn, why it even have to be like that? This type of shit that he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, mama say I need that. I'm like, shit, well, I got my own work. Just that mentality as a young man and to come in as a rapper, and at the time that you did it, 2001, when nobody was rapping. It's Take It to the House. It's fucking Yin Yang Twins. It's all kind of shit. And to say this is how I'm walking in the door, I gotta always give that because it's like that's the early. I don't think you get anything else from T.I. if you don't get I'm Serious.
Okay.
So,
all right.
That's mine.
All
but
right.
my close second is Libra.
Did we solidify the vibe? Did we say T.I. versus T.I.P. was a vibe?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we said it was a 5.
It's fine.
I had I'm Serious there, but I give it a T.I. versus T.I.P. That track was just stupid.
Can I open up the bar room and see if we can talk about I'm Serious versus T.I.P. real quick versus T.I. versus T.I.P.
Fucking God, man.
Bro, would choke the shit out of you, bro.
Look at this green motherfucker, man. Not only did he know that we were doing this 2 weeks in advance, but now he wants to change his mind after we're an hour plus into recording. Can't stand this man. Fuck him, fuck his fitted hats, fuck his takes, fuck everything he stands for. Earl, I still love you, but fuck you, nigga. Now, let's get back to this goddamn episode, man. This fucking guy.
Here's what I'm saying. Because I feel like this. All right, look. As I'm going through this track list, still ain't forgave myself. Dope boys.
Taking myself on camera, bro.
I'm serious. Earl, bro. What's your name? Choose you. I can't be your man. Heavy Chevys and Grand Royal. Bro, I don't know that. Does T.I. versus T.I.P. have that?
Nigga, where was this when you was listing your 5, bro? Like,
but listen, in his defense,
did we decide it? Did we decide it too early?
That was because I originally remember my original list was I'm Serious over T.I. versus T.I.P. So that was my original debate. But the honest truth of it is, yes, T.I. versus T.I.P. does have that many records.
It got them records on there.
It does. It got massive records. Like my swag.
It does.
My swag. Listen, the fucking I don't know if that's a flute or whatever the fuck that shit is that Wycliffe has on my swag. That record alone is one of the most overrated records in T.I.'s entire fucking career.
You talking about
My Swag with Wycliffe? Yeah. Like nigga, it's one of the last best Wycliffe productions, by the way. But yeah, T.I. versus T.I.P. got some shit on it.
Let me do this, Crown. Please, let me get this.
No, go ahead. Go do your shit, man.
Everybody, please, let's show underrated T.I. project.
Yeah. Let's. All right, so
Yungin, you still need to come back to you, or you?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Jamal, what's your most underrated, or you feel like overlooked T.I. project for you?
I want to say Libra, because I feel like that's kind of like super recent. People are, oh man, I ain't listening to T.I. It's 2020, whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, I don't. Since he already said that, I'll go. I like that take, Fuck the City Up. I remember I looked back at that.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man, I fucked up this stuff back then. That was my old ass city back then.
I got something for that I want to say though.
All right, I'm gonna make mine quick, and mine is Year and a Day with MLK. So that's
okay.
Mine.
And that's what I was gonna go with, Larry. I was gonna go with that.
I'm gonna choose mine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say Trouble Man. I think we already talked about why it was overlooked, but Trouble Man. Yeah, we already talked about it, but Trouble Man, yeah.
All right, Crown, what you gonna say? Go ahead, Young. Go ahead.
I got another one though. I ain't gonna lie. Niggas can go listen to Down Trap. You can get Down Trap.
I'm mad that he didn't really fully do that one because Project Steps was my shit.
Exactly.
My shit.
Project Steps is fire.
Yeah. Niggas go listen to Down
Trap. What I was gonna say about Fuck the City Up, what ruins Fuck the City Up for me is shit popped off. Mm-hmm. I hate that they changed that fucking record because the original leak on YouTube was supposed to be a Dre record.
Yeah,
and Tip wrote both verses for him and Dre, and the original version of that shit was prime T.I. It was hard as fuck, and of course Dre's in the fucking studio overthinking about every fucking thing in that season. So when he finally gave him that record. When they put Eminem on it and they just Eminem ended up writing Dre verse, it just lost the dope feel of what the record originally was.
I gotta go back and listen to the original now. Then I haven't heard that shit in years.
There's an original for that shit, and it felt so much better. And that's where I was just like, all right, man, I'm cool.
For sure. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Earl.
What's up?
I'm only gonna do this shit one time. If
I
you try this
man.
shit again, I'm gonna choke the fucking shit out of you. All right.
Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna go around the room one last time. I'm serious. With T.I. versus T.I.P.
Oh no! If everybody's consensus.
No. Fuck it. You've opened Hell's Gate, nigga. Go ahead.
Who we starting with?
I'm starting with the nigga that opened up the Hell's door, nigga.
We went urban legend, trap music king.
Answer the question.
Answer the fucking question, man.
I'm serious versus T.I.P. Fuck. That's too totally.
Open the door.
You asked the fucking question.
Because I really like T.I. versus T.I.P.
I will tell you one thing: T.I. versus T.I.P. was missing from every other from that album that he did on every other album.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't give us a female record for real. Like, cause fucking Hotel. Listen, that's the first record I ever heard from Till, and I was like, "Yep, this the type of nigga I want to grow up and be." So,
I respect that.
Okay,
Earl, you got 60 fucking seconds.
I'm gonna go for I'm serious, bro.
All right, okay, all right, cool. Jamaal Shakoor, T.I. versus T.I.P. or I'm serious. Which one are you going with?
T.I. versus T.I.P.
Okay.
All right. My brother, Trey.
I'm the one who put it on the list.
All right.
T.I. versus T.I.P. Crown.
Shit. I'm gonna go. I'm serious.
Okay.
See, y'all gonna leave it to me.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, I brought the fire to your door, nigga. Shit at about the same age he was, so you kind of going through the same shit, and it's like, fuck. And at 17, 18, 19, I'm not going through T.I. versus T.I.P. yet because I haven't made no money, but I feel this motherfucking album. I'm serious. I heard it when I felt it, and when I felt it, it was like, shit.
I'm going to say I'm serious. I'm just gonna say I'm serious, bro. But let this be, hold on, nigga. Let this be a lesson. For you or any other nigga that tries this shit on my motherfucking platform, I will choke you the fuck out. And when I'm leaving this any episode, I want you to see the face of the nigga that said this shit.
Hey, Larry, I'm gonna give you a motherfucking wedgie when I see you, nigga.
And I'm gonna choke you out, nigga. Now, since y'all want to get to the real fight, this is what I've been trying to get to all night. Now that we got 5, what's the number 1?
Oh.
All right, I got another conversation.
List the 5 first.
Crown. I got you. Don't worry, I got you. All right. So the 5 that we have, in no order, is King, Urban Legend.
I got my answer.
Trap music. I already know what your answer is. Trap music, Paper Trail, and I'm serious.
It comes down to 2 from me.
Okay. Well,
I'll tell you what it is.
All right, go ahead, Crown.
It's Urban Legend.
All right, so let's look. Crown got Urban Legend. Yungin, you got King. Jamaal, what's yours?
And I love it.
I'm stuck between trap music or Urban Legend.
Hey,
Urban Legend.
Jamaal, bro, look.
I had to look at the track list, nigga. I'm shaking. I can't
think. I'm shaking.
Trap music is nasty too.
It's
Oh,
either
wow.
trap music or urban legend. I'm gonna get all right. So let me say why it's urban legend for me.
Okay.
It's urban legend because trap music is my favorite T.I. album.
Period. Yeah.
My favorite one. It's the most well-rounded, top to bottom, original, the whole nine. Is that urban legend was like trap music perfected though.
It's Godfather versus Godfather 2.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
he took it to the next level. Coming out of jail, the sound, the swag. Like right now, and I'm waiting for it to hit the club again because it's about that time. I'm waiting for get your shit together to hit the club again. It's certain records that was just in that era that was just like, nigga, swagger was through the roof. I remember how it felt when You Don't Know Me video dropped, when ASAP dropped, them fucking horns hit and
Black. I call it black superhero music, but yeah,
it was like, bro, it was a different. The bands, the streets, it was just a different energy, and then it was like, nigga, you just annihilated this nigga Flip. You stood on your fucking business. Like, and then there's records on Urban Legend for me that are so fucking massive. As much as I love Hey Let's Get Away, she's a freak though.
Hey.
She's a freak though. The beat on that motherfucker.
All right. So look, this is what I'm gonna do. Let's go track for track.
Before you do that,
trap music starts out with trap music. Urban Legend starts out with The King.
Yes.
What are we going with?
The King.
I'm sorry, I had to do that.
Okay. Jamaal, trap music or The King? We going track list.
Let's play them.
YouTube DMCA. But
trap music.
Yeah. I mean,
I was about to say, I don't know. I think I got The King.
You got The King. Okay. Jamaal, what you got?
I'll go to King. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll go King.
The King.
Hey,
The King.
it's the trap.
Hey, yo, this shit hard. But The King.
Hey, Kanye playing for G.
Now with The King.
So we got King. Oh, yeah. So we got King. All right. Next up, I Can't Quit. Motivation.
Motivation's not yet.
All right. No, okay.
You know I love I Can't Quit. That's
I don't know, Cam. I can't quit.
I Can't Quit is like everything. Hey, as a rapper, I Can't Quit is everything.
You gotta ask this. If you were to introduce facts. But if you were to introduce T.I. to anybody, you're playing Motivation over I Can't Quit.
I don't know.
Nah.
Actually, I do.
If I want to introduce
somebody, out of those two, you can only give them 2 songs.
If I want to introduce somebody, it's hard. That's a hard.
I'm going I Can't Quit. I think I'll do like that better than Motivation.
I think I'm going I Can't Quit on that.
All right, I Can't Quit.
I think I'm
all right.
I didn't think I Can't Quit was going.
All right. Next up.
Even though these niggas hate them,
this is a tough one. I ain't gonna lie, this is tougher than people think.
Come on.
Be easy. You Don't Know Me.
You Don't Know Me.
Oh no, man. You ain't never seen a dope boy play the piano and rap at the same time.
I love that work. I love that, but You Don't Know Me was that beat is so ignorant.
It is.
Yeah, I feel you.
But as a nigga that ride with speakers in the trunk every day,
I feel it. I was there.
Easy beat.
Chopper hit you in the side, gonna create a slow leak. It's the future of nigga hating on me.
Play Be Easy.
And it's the low ass 808s too. I know exactly what you. Oh my gosh, bro.
Be easy, hype, but
I go.
Come on, man. We got to edit this out later. My fault.
Oh man.
He said. I'm 22. All right, cut it off.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna make it easy for you. I'm going to Be Easy.
I'm going to Be Easy, bro.
I'm going to Be Easy, bro.
I got You Don't Know Me.
You Don't Know Me. That's
You Don't Know Me, dog. I'm
sorry. All right, hey, You Don't Know Me wins, but hey, that just shows. I'm only doing this to show how great both projects are. You know what I'm saying? All right. Next up.
Yeah.
No More Talk versus ASAP.
ASAP.
It's ASAP.
ASAP.
Yeah, it's ASAP.
All right.
And just for honorable mention. You better find the exit ASAP, nigga.
Hey,
do you know how scared you gotta be after you hear some shit? If a nigga tell you better find an exit
with
ASAP.
the hard over 6'4" nigga.
That's the same song that's gonna play when I give Larry a swirly.
Yeah, okay. The next song that's gonna play is what you're gonna be needing is Praying for Help versus Doing My Job.
Doing my job.
Doing my job.
Doing my job.
Yeah,
Early
doing my
Kanye
job.
in this bad.
Yeah.
Doing my job.
Even though praying for help was
hard, but doing
Yeah,
my
you know,
job.
it is.
All right. Next up, we got Why You Mad at Me versus Let's Get Away.
Why you mad at me?
Ooh, that shit sucks.
No, listen. So here's the thing, bro.
Let's Get Away.
Man.
It's gonna be Let's Get Away for me. But Why You Mad at Me is a fucking.
Oh my god.
Why you mad at me is a banger.
That shit is a masterpiece. But it's definitely gonna be Let's Get Away. Let's Get Away can't it. Let me put it to you like this: you can't play Let's Get Away and the bitch not start singing.
You right.
You can't play it.
That's 7:30 at night, sun going down. Man, look, bro.
In the middle of the day.
Hey, you can't drive no more than 40 miles an hour, and that car is freshly washed.
You got the windows down,
windows down. You man, look, car freshly washed, vacuum waxed, and she looking good.
You got the little thing in the mirror, making sure it smell good enough.
Nigga, she looking good, boy.
Why you mad at me? Hurt my soul though, because that's one of my man. Y'all finna make me ride T.I. shit all day tomorrow.
I'm running this for the rest of the week, G. Like
next up, Get Loose versus 24s.
24s.
It's gonna be 24s.
Get
Just
Loose
from the video alone.
record. It's an amazing record. But it's 24. It's not the same kind of record.
Yeah, two totally different.
And with all due respect to Get Loose, because you know that's we letting one go to the ground with that one. We burying one.
Yeah,
with all due respect for Get Loose. If I was in college when that shit dropped.
Oh, nigga, what?
I wanted to be in college.
If I was a different young man, boy.
When EI and Get Loose was running through the clubs.
Yeah.
Hey. All right. Next up, What They Do featuring the legend BG versus Rubber Band Man. Why is the Taliban?
Rubber Band Man. It's too iconic. And I love What They Do, but it's Rubber Band Man, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Trap music winning in my
Trap music is actually winning.
I got the scoreboard. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is till we done.
I love What They Do.
What They Do is hard.
I love What They Do.
What They Do is hard.
I think the thing about Urban Legend, though, I will say this while we going through this, is Urban Legend, again, it's one of them situations where, like, trap music, you had to understand the time and be alive and be coherent. Urban Legend is timeless to me. Like, you can play that shit at any age, any time. But keep going.
He got his money back. He on a different label. He got different producers, but it's still the same feel. Like Toonk was clearly directed, and we ain't spoken enough about Toonk in this episode either. We ain't spoke about him at all. But
I really just want him and Toonk to do one more.
I do too. So bad, bro. But yeah, let's keep going, bro. We can chop it up about that later.
The Greatest featuring Manny Fresh versus Look What I Got.
I'm going The Greatest.
I'm going to look what I got.
I said, man, look what I got.
Come on, man. Old school of burden and drop.
Oh,
but what about you, Maul?
Look what I got.
Damn, look what I got. I just think that shit was hard as fuck.
You say them niggas are G's, you probably looking at me.
All right.
Look what I got. Yeah.
All right.
Clean sweep.
All right. Get Your Shit Together featuring Lil' Kim versus I Still Love You.
Oh,
fuck.
I
still love you. Oh, hate me, sorry. Hate me, sorry. Hey, it's trap music. It's trap.
No. We still got time. All right. Freak Though featuring Pharrell versus Let Me Tell You Something.
I'm going Freak
Though. Two different records, but
no, they the same. They the same vein. I'm going Freak Though. Like I love Let Me Tell You Something. But I'm going Freak Though. Just nigga, Pharrell on that production was top tier for real.
Again, that was he got his money right. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a little different.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I was gonna say just for clarification, Earl. That was Trap Music is the first one on Atlantic, but it's like Urban Legend
but
was the
Atlantic was
Atlantic.
testing him out.
Yeah.
At this point, he's the feature rapper in the game.
Yes.
Totally different. Totally different.
T.I. versus T.I.P. versus Countdown.
Yeah,
I hate this because I love Countdown. Countdown on the right day is a fucking vibe, but it's T.I. versus T.I.P. just because of the originality.
Yeah, and to be real, that shit opened up another great album with one record. Like, yeah.
Jamaal, what would you have gone with on that one?
I gotta listen to T.I. versus T.I.P.
Go ahead.
I love Countdown though.
I remember
Countdown.
Okay, yeah. T.I. versus T.I.P. Yeah.
Okay.
I was at the first couple seconds.
All right. This is gonna be fun. Bezel featuring A-Ball, MJG, and Bun B versus Bring 'Em Out.
Bezel. I love Bring 'Em Out though.
I love Bezel. I think I'm gonna go Bring 'Em Out though.
I'm not saying I love Bring 'Em Out. I think I'm gonna go Bezel though.
I'm going Bezel, dog.
We got 2 for Bezel. We got 1 for Bring It Out. Earl.
Yes.
All right. So now, all right.
I'm going to bring them out, man. I mean, again, it's iconic. It's goddamn. Oh my God, Bezel is fire though.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna go.
The rappity rap nerd in me is gonna say Bezel, dog. Nigga, we had T.I.
So make your decision. Make your decision. All right. All right. All right.
Like Bring 'Em Out was great. I'm gonna be honest with you. Bring 'Em Out was like the first real pop record for Tip.
Yep.
And it was a record that, like, though it was jamming in the season, I gotta be completely honest, I really couldn't stand that fucking record.
Okay.
And it also leads into my Swiss Beats propaganda, but I'm not going into that today.
That's another conversation.
All right. We got Limelight with PSC versus King of the South.
I'm the king because I said it and I mean that shit. It's gonna be King of the South, man.
Limelight.
I gotta get it in Limelight. I gotta get it in. I love King of the South, but I gotta get it.
Limelight hard. Limelight hard.
It is.
I'm going Limelight, dog. I'm going Limelight, bro.
That song's hard as fuck.
Hey, man. All right. So next up, we got Better Than Me.
Be Better Than Me
versus an iconic record, and I know I've been letting these go.
It's chilling on my bitch. I'm sorry.
Chilling with my bitch, bro.
It's chilling on my bitch, bro. I'm sorry.
It's chilling on
my bitch. I'm sorry.
And I hate that because that record on T.I. versus T.I.P. is a very informative record for the young black men in the community.
Yeah, for sure. All that. I just wasn't.
I'm gonna be chilling with my bitch while he preaching to them.
Yeah, I don't care about that at that age. I don't care.
No.
All
right, we got Stand Up versus Long Live the Game.
Stand Up.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Ain't nothing beating Stand Up.
Yeah.
All right.
We got a hummingbird mountain.
All right. So bonus track wise.
Okay.
Rubber Band Man remix with Twista, Trick Daddy, and Mac 10.
I'm cool.
Nope.
I'm cool.
And drug related.
Nope.
And what?
Drug related.
Drug related.
Drug related. Yes. Drug related.
All right.
Nigga did math on the record, bro.
Yeah.
My Life is the last record on Urban Legend.
Right.
Right. I don't think any of us here have anything against My Life.
No.
Okay. So I compared the Rubber Band Man remix to Drug Related because it's 2 bonus records.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, My Life, if y'all count My Life as a point,
it's going against Long Live the Game, though.
It would. So here's the thing. No, Long Live the Game in order, right? As far as like 1 through 16, Stand Up is number 16.
Yeah.
My Life, right? If it counts as a point, I've kept the tally. Trap Music and Urban Legend are tied. So I'm gonna ask y'all: should My Life count as a point?
Yes.
It's already out.
Yeah,
it can't not count it as a point.
Okay. They both virtually tied. What we going with though? Now that we've gone through track by track.
I think it's like Love Below Speaker Box. You got to put them both there.
But you know what's crazy? It's the same damn era. Like they low key are just.
They like a few months apart for real.
Bro. Like. Well, one came out in August of 2003 and the other came out in November of 2004. But the nigga ran that shit from
Back to back. Yeah.
like, bro,
There wasn't no gap in between the rollout
at all. I mean, fuck. Not to be on some peace shit, but I vote T.I. be the first one to have 2 as his best.
Fuck out of here.
It ain't best then.
Yes, it is.
Nah, you
I'm
can't have 2 best,
that's
bro.
a debate for years, though. That is a consistent debate. Nobody can really honestly choose between trap music and urban legend.
And this is why I invited you 4 lovely gentlemen here tonight.
You don't call me lovely. Fuck you.
I don't mind that term. Pause.
I do.
It cut me out. I was saying that if I didn't give my life that point, trap music would have won. But because my life got that point,
yes.
Got it.
So,
trap music had the
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna get an answer. Fuck it. I'm gonna go to trap music. Because without trap music, there is no urban legend. We never get the urban legend if he doesn't, because at that point his career is shaky and he could have easily been a nigga who fell off. So I'm gonna go trap music, and I think trap music was probably his most original and his closest to hip hop, honestly. Like he did a lot of concepts. T.I. versus T.I.P. Even the Long Live the Game, that verse is so fucking hard, man. Like the storytelling, the everything. I feel like he got away from a lot of that shit as he got bigger as a rapper. So as far as his most well-rounded project, I'm gonna give it to trap music, but urban legend is still my favorite. Fuck y'all.
Respect it.
Okay.
Hold on. No. You hold on, nigga. Jamal, what you got?
I think I'll go trap music because even some of the ones that when they went head to head against like urban legend, I could easily like flip my other decision. And like what he said, like we don't get urban legend without trap music. And like I do think like trap music is his best album, but I do think like urban legend's like my favorite T.I. album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yungin.
That's a great thing to have in your catalog.
No, it's a great debate for sure.
And then King is right after that.
King is right after that. Yep.
I got a theory about King that we can do after this, though.
I got you, bro. Yungin.
I'm going trap music.
Earl, what would you have said?
My fault. I had to recalibrate something real quick. I'm going urban legend because urban legend to me said, "Fuck y'all, I'm the best rapper in the game."
That's valid.
That's valid.
And he rapped like it.
That's valid. All right. So my pick from jump was always gonna be trap music, just because I feel like there's we don't have the arguments we have about him, Gucci, Jeezy without trap music. We don't have a lot of representation for that genre of music without trap music. Trap music put on more people in one album than is just as iconic as any southern South. It's as iconic as any rap album as you can get, as far as like when you think of someone's best in their catalog. Mm-hmm. It's hard to go against trap music and what it means to hip hop and just the culture as a whole. So for me, in order, like I said, if I had to round out the 3, I don't think it's anything wrong with having trap music as 1, urban legend as a very, very close number 2, and then King will be number 3 for me. But I understand. But if anybody ever says they got urban legend over trap music, it's just like saying you got Godfather 2 over Godfather 1. Like I totally understand it. Like because when you get to Godfather
things, I agree with both. Like, I agree with both. Yeah, for sure.
So
I did want to raise something up real quick, but you go ahead first. My fault.
I got you. I got all y'all. I promise you, bro. I fucking got y'all. All right. I don't understand why. All right. So with that being said, for this episode, we give a round of applause for trap music for being the starter. I was saying on any given night, you could say this is like the Kobe and Shaq. Anybody could be the star. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go with trap music for the star. But before we wrap up for this, Earl, Jamal, Yungin, and Crown, thank you for coming out for this portion of this episode. All right. I'm gonna let y'all know now. There's some more stuff we're gonna talk about, but to get that portion of what we're gonna talk about in this extra conversation, you gotta tap into that Patreon, man. Appreciate y'all. This was a great episode. This was fun. And if y'all want to catch the bonus part, you gotta tap into that Patreon, man. Until then, we are out.